one of the things that I always love to talk about, because you mentioned it, you said top performing sales reps making $600,000 a year. God damn! Oh gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Right. So I'll share something with the audience here. And we can talk about this too, Taylor, to the audience, right? I'm going to pull up an article that if I can screen share or desktop capture, let me see if I can do that real quick. I'm going to throw this article up here and talk about the highest paying. Boom, let's do that up here. And then let's go here and flip it over here. Let's talk about this, Taylor. And I'm not going to show you on the camera right now, so you can drink water or whatever it is, but you can help talk about this. I'm showing an article right now, the top 10 highest paying sales jobs in Q1. This is an article by decoder that was published in February 2023. This is just Q1. Q2, I'm sure they probably have another one that's out there. IBM. Strategic account executives at IBM have an OTE of $385K, and top performers bring in $782K plus. God damn! What do you think about that, Taylor?
I think it's very accurate. I mean, honestly, you can mess around and get rich in tech sales. You can mess around and get rich off your 9 to 5. It's very possible. And it's it's mind blowing that, like I said, when I knew tech sales was good, but when I started to really dive into it, I'm like, man, this is really good. This is almost too good to be true. But it's possible. I mean, I'm talking to people even at my company, my coworkers, who are making $300,000, $400,000 a year, and then they're like, yeah, I have an Airbnb business on the side, and I'm like, this is insane. They're millionaires, and they're able to do that because of the money they're making in tech sales and being able to leverage that and invest in things like that. And so it's insane, honestly.
And when you talk to these people, Taylor, right, that are making this kind of money, what kind of, because I know you are a life coach and you love and you talk about mindset, right? What kind of mindsets do these people have? What kind of mindsets do these people have that you've come across?
Well, one thing, these people are super. There's two things I've noticed about the people at the top performers, and at my company after conversating with them, they're very humble people. Like they're forever learning. Like they're asking me questions. I'm like, no, I'm asking you questions. I don't know it. You know more than I do, and they're asking me questions because they stay in this mindset of learning. Because even if you've been selling for years, there's trends, there's things that change. So you kind of still have to be able to learn new things. And so that's one of the key things I noticed about these people. They're super humble people. And they're also very optimistic people. They're very positive people. They don't really feed into negative thinking and things like that. Not to say that they don't have negative thoughts or they don't experience lows like, we all do, but it's just their attitude is just different. It's just like, it is what it is. I'm going to keep going, and they're persistent and they're consistent, And those are the 3 top things that I noticed about the people that are top performers at my company.
You nailed it. You absolutely. What I've learned, Taylor, too, is this. Let me put myself back on the screen with you. What I've learned from the top performers. First of all, I've learned about myself because I became a top performer. And I've noticed the qualities of the top performers are very similar with my mindset, which is anything is possible. You can get it done. No is just the start of the discussion. 2, they are very humble. You would not know that they made over $1 million unless you ask, because typically they don't like to share that. And it's their expectation to make that money consistently. Three, they live very well. They live very, very well, and they take care of the people that are most important to them. Big houses, nice cars. Salespeople like to have nice things. They like to live in nice neighborhoods. They're consistent and persistent. They don't like to lose. They don't like to lose at all. And it's never over unless it's over. What do I mean by it's never over unless it's over? Well, let's just say they lose a deal in 2020 with a company. Well, that company who they lost to is always going to be on their mind, especially if they know. And let's just say they find out that that company that they lost to is having a bad implementation. They always have that get back attitude. I'm going to win, right? Like they go back, and in 2022 or 2023 may roll around when that contract is up. They're looking to get back in there to get their opportunity to win again.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And they're optimistic. There's no such thing as, oh, you know what? I can't get this done, or I can't land a job and I'm so super skilled in all of this. No, they are very optimistic. I'm going to land a job. I'm going to get a job in 6 weeks. I'm going to get this job or this deal closed this quarter. Even if they're wrong, I'm going to get it done. Very optimistic, not pessimistic at all. You nailed it. Taylor. I want to just throw this back on the screen, guys. I want to throw this back on the screen because this is big money.
Yeah.
IBM.
It's possible. It is. It's possible.
It's big. It's possible. I know. Who like this, Taylor? When my first year into tech sales, I made 300 plus. Next year was 400. Next year is 540. Next year is 6. And I don't even want to tell you now, but I mean, I'm not necessarily considered to be an account executive anymore, but that's part of my role is helping my account executives. But I'm a SVP and a general manager, and we get paid a little bit less than some of these top performers on here, but we get paid a lot of money, and it's definitely over $600,000. But I will tell you this: if you're working at UiPath, look at that. Reported OTE $350,000 a year. Top performers bring in $945. God damn! 56% of the reps hit quota. That means 56% of the people at UiPath is making $350,000. God damn! A lot of money. A lot of money, guys. Harness. Strategic AEs make 340. Top performing reps bring in 1.26 million. God damn! We don't need to say it anymore. What can women do with that sort of salary, Taylor? Let's leave them with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a believer in women having your, your own thing, one of, so I was previously married and I went through a divorce, and I realized how financially screwed I actually was and how I was ill prepared for being single again, and taking care of everything myself. Right. And I'm like, man, as a woman, it's so important to have a skill set. Maybe you don't desire to, be a business owner eventually. Maybe you don't desire to, really stay in this space, right? Maybe you want to get married and be a stay-at-home mom, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I urge women to build a skill set in the meantime. So should anything happen, right, you're not sitting there with no skills, no experience, no nothing, and you're starting your whole life from scratch, right? And just having that freedom as well to be able to, as a woman, to, let's be honest, the dating scene isn't the best. Being able to say no when somebody is not qualified or doesn't meet, your standard in the dating world too. Being able to be like, oh, I don't gotta settle for this dude. Hey, listen, man, I'm not desperate. I know you're, you kind of get that freedom to like, you can say no to, what you want to say no to. You can say yes to what you want to say yes to. And you can create the life that you desire. I know I'm not a big luxury brand person, but maybe some women are. A lot of women are. You want the Louis Vuitton bag, you want the Chanel, you want all of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is an opportunity for you to be able to create that lifestyle for yourself. If that's what you desire.
Mm, There it is, guys. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We gave you guys the game. We told you everything that you needed to know about tech sales. We told you every reason as a woman that you should get into tech sales. We showed you the salaries. We gave you the statistics. Right? Taylor's even talked about it. Talk about you, Taylor. You. I'm sure there's going to be some guy that comes across here and say, "Oh, she's a attractive young lady." You say you were recently divorced, right?
Yeah.
You making money. You don't deal with broke boys. I already know that. So broke boys, stay away.
Hey, listen, I don't judge anybody's financial situation, but listen, you see these prices, okay? I don't, you got hey, listen, you got to be out here trying to do something, because ain't nobody living off of $40,000 a year, man. Like, that ain't gonna cut it. God damn. Not gonna cut it, man. Like, you got to be out here trying to do something with yourself. My main thing is just complacency. I don't want nobody that's complacent. Complacency is dangerous.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Guys, thank you so much for rocking with us on this Thursday random show. Taylor and I were supposed to do this over the weekend, this upcoming weekend. I'm traveling to Miami, so I won't more than likely have a Saturday morning show. Probably be pushed in the afternoons or pushed to Sunday. Taylor was very helpful and gave me some of her time, even though she had an event scheduled for tonight. She said, "You know what, Antoine, I'm rocking with you." I said, "I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Miss Taylor. You came on here, gave us the game, gave the women a game, gave the men the game. I appreciate you." Guys, if you want to get a hold of Miss Taylor, tell them how they can reach you, Taylor.
Yeah, you can definitely. So I have a couple of social media accounts. You can follow me on Instagram at Coach Taylor Nicole. And then, of course, you can always hit me up on LinkedIn as well. Just Taylor Jones. And yeah, I mean, you want to connect, if you want to know more, if you want help, definitely you can reach out, and I'll be more than happy to assist.
There you go. Ms. Taylor, thank you so much for the gems tonight. Black Heights family, thank you so much for tapping in with us on this random show. And until next time, y'all know how we do it. Peace.